Good day, friends and watchers, and thank you for subscribing to my channel, Being Human in South Africa. And there are 4 things to remember all the time, which is what you eat, what you drink, what you breathe, and what you think. What you eat, what you drink, what you breathe, and what you think. These 4 things should be 100% under control of you, under your control. So I've been studying religion and ancient wisdom, all kinds of things like that and so on, integrating my knowledge, my science knowledge, with an MBA, with becoming a Reiki master, learning and teaching Tai Chi, learning and teaching African djembe drumming, learning Kabbalah and teaching Kabbalah, so much more. So on Friday, I was with someone and he says to me, we were talking about God, and he says, how can I touch God? So I thought for a few moments, and I said, let me tell you a story. You're sitting at a traffic light. We call them robots in South Africa. You're sitting at a robot in your car. And it's a major intersection, and there's traffic going left and right in front of you, and you're at the front car. And the robot or traffic light changes to green. And at that moment, your car chokes off. And you try and start the car and it doesn't start, and the people behind you start hooting. And 1 second later, a truck goes through the crossroads in front of you. And you know that if you had gone, and perhaps the car behind you, if they had gone, you would have all been killed. And something stopped you from going. Now, you could say it was coincidental that your car choked off at that particular moment. Or you could say that something else is at work. You're driving on a freeway. There's a relatively sharp bend or a blind rise. And suddenly you discover your foot is on the brake. You didn't consciously put it there. But you notice that it's there after a second, and you leave it there because you think, how did that happen? And you slow down enough to avoid a major accident in front of you, or an animal running across the road, or someone driving on the wrong side of the road, or any kind of thing like that. Something was there helping you, your angels or God or something. It is this something that we must let in. It is this something that we must notice when it's at work. And when we let it in, then it happens more and more. We get more and more protected by letting in that something, by raising our consciousness and not being unconscious to the miracles that happen in our lives. I'll give you another example. 2 weeks ago, someone I'm talking to says, I would love to meet someone from that company. And I'm thinking, I wonder how to make the appointment. And then a week later, a friend of mine phones me and says, I'd like to introduce you to somebody from that company. And that, my friends, is a miracle. It's letting God into your life. It's saying thank you every day for the blessings that we have. A blessing happens when we accept wisdom and we use the wisdom. Now, maybe there's some wisdom that gets given to you that you don't want, and that's fine, you don't accept it. But if you accept wisdom and it's the right wisdom for you, then it becomes a blessing. And that's how you get blessed. And that's how you touch God. And you keep every day your eyes open for the inexplicable coincidences that happen. And you thank God, or you thank your angels, or you thank whoever it is that is in your life for being there for you, for helping you to touch God. We touch God when we allow God into our lives. There's that expression from Torah, from the psalmist, which says, I hear the voice in the stillness. When I'm still, I hear something that I wasn't listening for, but it comes through. And it might not speak to me with words, it might only speak to me with actions. And there's another expression, actions speak louder than words. And you will see the incredible things that happen in your life. No matter how wonderful your life is or how terrible your life is, there are inexplicable things that happen in all of our lives. You're in a hurry. You're in the shopping center. And there's a long queue, but you really need this particular item. And so you wait in the queue and you pray that a miracle will happen so that you're not late for work. And all of a sudden, another queue opens, another till opens, and you discover yourself at the front of the queue. And you say, thank you, God, for answering my prayer. Thank you, God, for answering my prayer. Many prayers take a long time to answer, and many prayers are answered instantly. But the main thing is that in order to touch God, we must be open to receive the messages. And when we receive these messages, we must be thankful. And even if we're not receiving messages, everything from here, from the neck down, is under control of God. A lot of things from the neck up is under our control. Although we don't necessarily control what we see or what we hear or what we smell. We should be able to control what we say, but we don't always control what we say. We can't control what thoughts go across our minds, but we can control what we do with them. We can't necessarily control the air that we breathe, but if necessary, we can install filters to filter the air in our houses or offices. And if we look and we try, we can control what we eat and what we drink. So, thank you for watching, and if you want to touch God, then allow God into your life and recognize when God is in your life and thank God and say, thank you for your blessings, dear God. Thank you.